What's going on, everyone? I'm Sir James from Gamerfuzion.com, and for this video I'm here to share with you guys my personal thoughts and opinions about Sony's press conference. I just got done watching the actual press conference myself, and I gotta say, hands down, Sony had the best overall press conference of today. Out of all the conferences today, Sony had the overall best one. Not only that, between the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, Sony dominated over the Xbox One big time in terms of the features, the price, and so much more. And I'm glad to say that in terms of next-gen consoles, I look forward to the PlayStation 4 hands down. No competition whatsoever. And no, I'm not here to start some fanboy war. That's just my overall thoughts and opinions. Sony hands down had the best conferences. You guys know that is true, and let's go ahead and go from there. First off, let's go ahead and go from in terms of the look and the design of the PlayStation 4. Here is the image of what the PlayStation 4 will look like. I guarantee you that the first thing that you guys are going to say is like, it looks like the Xbox One. When I saw the images, the first thing I thought of was a PlayStation 2. That's the first thing that came to my mind. But anyways, what do you guys think of the actual look and the design of the PlayStation 4? Feel free to let me know in the comment section down below. The next thing I want to go ahead and go over, which is another advantage that Sony has in terms of sales. The PlayStation 4 will retail for $399. That's right, $400. As for the Xbox One will be selling for $500. There is a $100 difference between the two. Not only that, for Xbox One, if you don't have online, then you would have to, buy an Xbox Live Gold membership, which is like $50 or $60 more on top of that. But the fact is, the PlayStation 4 will be selling for $400. I knew Sony was not going to make the same mistake that they did with the PlayStation 3 when it first launched. Because when the PlayStation 3 first launched, they had a high price for the system. I think it was selling for $600 when the PlayStation 3 first launched, which was a steep price and no one was buying it until the price actually dropped. And the fact that I knew ahead of time, because I made a guess. I think I made a bet with one of my friends. I would have to double check. But I made a guess that Sony will pretty much list their PlayStation 4 for about $400. That was my main guess, and I was correct. I was spot on. I knew Sony was not going to make the same mistake twice, and they showed that at this year's E3. They came on top of everything, games and everything. Sony did a fantastic job overall. The other thing I'm going to go over is the fact that pretty much Sony was smacking around Microsoft the entire time. So first off, used game policies. As you guys know, Microsoft is strict on used game policies, and basically it's not really possible, and you can't rent games to play on the Xbox One and so forth. Sony, on the other hand, was like, we support used games. If you want, to trade in your games, you want to buy used games, you can do that. So good for Sony for keeping that, basically letting us know what we want. They know what we wanted, and they kept true to that, while Microsoft, on the other hand, was pretty much more greedy. So basically the way I'm trying to say is that Xbox One, you have a lot more restrictions. For the PlayStation 4, you have much more freedom to do what you want with your games and console in general. The other thing to go over is always online. Some people were afraid that the PlayStation 4 was going to have this always online connection, or where you have to check in every 24 hours like the Xbox One. The good news is Sony said you don't have to worry about checking in every 24 hours. We're not going to make you guys do that. So that's another bonus for Sony. You don't have to have an always online connection. So good for you, Sony. And another part that I really love, the fact that there's like, let's say you buy a game. You want to take your game to a friend's house and play it. You can do that. You can go ahead and play your game at a friend's house. There's no fee. There's no always online connection or checking the serial code or anything like that. So if you want to take a game from your PlayStation 4 to another friend's house and play it, then you can do that easily. For the Xbox One, if you want to play a game over at your friend's house, you pretty much can't, or there's like a major restriction on doing that. So Sony has basically an upper advantage of that as well. So I'm just like really impressed with Sony today. I'm still stoked and happy about it. So let me go ahead and go over some of the other stuff besides obviously them dominating. In terms of the PlayStation Vita, if you own a PlayStation Vita, what it's great to hear, because Sony doesn't just care about one system, they care about all their systems that are out on the market. They stated that the PlayStation Vita was going to make a strong comeback in the second year. A lot more games coming out. I know there's a new Killzone title on the way for the PlayStation Vita, which looks fantastic, by the way. So much more. So expect to see a lot of Vita games coming out on the second year of its launch. And of course, not only that, if you're still a PlayStation 3 owner, that the PlayStation 3 is still going to come out strong. Obviously, we have The Last of Us coming out this Friday that they mentioned about, saying that, such a fantastic game. And of course, there's a couple other PlayStation 3 games, big ones that caught my attention. The first one was called Rain, and the other one is called Beyond Two Souls, which look fantastic. So the fact that they're still supporting the PlayStation 3 even after the PlayStation 4 launches is great, even for the Vita. And the fact that also they stated that if you own a PlayStation Vita and the PlayStation 4, you're going to have one ultimate system right there. Even if you just have one or the other, you're still going to have a good portion. But if you have both together, that's just one ultimate system altogether. Also, PlayStation Plus. If you have PlayStation Plus, I like the fact that your PlayStation Plus membership on the PlayStation 3 will also move over to the PlayStation 4, which is another huge plus. So way to go, Sony. So let's say if you go out right now and buy a PlayStation Plus membership, when the PS4 comes over, guess what? Your membership is able to cross over to the PlayStation 4, no issues whatsoever. So it's another benefit as so. So like I said, they're supporting the Vita strongly and the PlayStation 3, and they have a huge lineup of games for the PlayStation 4 already. Now I'm going to go ahead and name the list of games that have caught my attention, most of which are exclusives to only the PlayStation 4, and others are third-party titles, meaning it's on multiple consoles, because I lost track in terms of what's exclusive to the PS4 and what's not, so that's why. So like I said, the first two is Rain and Beyond Two Souls. The other one's Batman Arkham Origins. Like I said, that one's on multiple consoles. There was another one called The Order, which looked really cool. The next is Killzone Shadowfall, which is a PS4 exclusive. I really look forward to that one. I'm a huge Killzone fan. Infamous Second Son, another PS4 exclusive, which looks fantastic. I actually just recently beat Infamous 2, and I really enjoyed it, and I look forward to the new one. The other one is called The Dark Sorcerer, and it had a really funny trailer. I really enjoyed it. I can't wait to see what the game is actual about, but The Dark Sorcerer looked really cool. Next up is Diablo 3. I know Diablo 3 is also coming to the Xbox 360, and of course is also on the PC. I like the fact that for exclusives, you're going to have some exclusive items, such as the pendant from Nathan Drake from Uncharted is going to be in the game, and some other items as well, like something from Journey and so much more. So I like the fact that you're going to have like exclusive items in the game for Diablo 3. The other game that caught my attention was Final Fantasy Versus 13, and not only that, the fact that after the trailer for that game, even a much more epic game popped up, Kingdom Hearts 3. That is right. Everyone was on the chat waiting and stuff like that. It's like, oh, another title. Can it be? Can it be? And boom, there it was. Kingdom Hearts 3, now in development. My heart stopped for a second. It was so much excitement going on. I was thrilled. I look forward to Kingdom Hearts 3. I know it's going to be a PlayStation 4 exclusive, but it's going to be worth getting at the end. The other one they showed gameplay for was Assassin's Creed 4. I do look forward to Assassin's Creed 4. I do enjoy the Assassin's Creed games in the whole pirate era. I think that's going to be really cool. The other one was Watch Dogs, which looks like a really nice game as well, along with Destiny. So many games on the PlayStation 4. Like I said, this list contains third-party titles as well that's going to be on other platforms. But just overall, PlayStation 4 had the best press conference. I was thrilled throughout Sony's press conference from start to finish. There was not a single moment during the press that I got bored. Not a single moment. From the epic intro that they had in the beginning, which is what I love about Sony, is because every time they come to E3, they always have some type of epic intro in the beginning. So from the epic intro to the very end was just top notch from Sony. So in the end, I'm happy with Sony. But anyways, what do you guys think about Sony's press conference? What games caught your attention? What did you like about the press conference? Feel free to let us know in the comment section down below. Anyways, I'm Sir James from Gamerfuzion, and remember, Gamerfuzion empowers your gaming.